Lift it up, Keith.
I am lifting it up.
Go on higher.
I can't lift it higher.
Go up another rung on the ladder.
That's not a rung, Dan. That's the top. You're not supposed to stand on the top.
Look, Keith, we've accepted money to put the original weather vane back on the roof of the town hall. Isaac thinks you're short.
Swap ladders with me then if you think you can do any better.
All right, I'm coming over.
Right. Give me the iron chicken.
I've told you, Keith, it's a rooster.
I'll just give it to you.
Steady.
You're wobbling my ladder. Careful, don't drop it. Ooh, that's nasty.
Oh dear, that's a shame.
Mayoress Palmer, what are you doing here? Madam Mayor, are you okay?
I'm afraid I've suffered a terrible loss, Reverend. The soul closest to my heart.
Oh dear.
My constant companion.
Oh my, I was only chatting with him this morning. What on earth happened?
Hit by a car.
I'm stunned. I don't know what to say.
Perhaps a prayer, Reverend.
Yes, of course. Father in heaven, we bring to you the soul of Felicity's loving husband, Lord Palmer.
Not my husband, Reverend.
Oh? Then who?
Fluffy.
I'm sorry.
My cat, Reverend. You know, the town hall cat?
You mean that Siamese thing without any fur on it?
Yes, that was him.
Was he called Fluffy?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise. He wasn't the least bit fluffy.
He was named ironically. But as it turned out, on the inside he was the fluffiest, snugglest pussycat ever.
Yes, well, I'm sure it's a terrible loss, Madam Mayor.
Well, not just for me, but for the whole of Barmydale.
Oh, quite so.
I've lost count of the number of times he rid our primary public building of pestilent rodents. It was quite a life of service, you know.
An inspiration to us all, Madam Mayor.
Yes, I'm glad you agree. So you'll be happy to conduct the funeral here in church?
Oh, don't you think that a funeral is a little, much?
The town will need a fitting tribute to help us all move forward. I can rely on you, can't I?
Oh, absolutely, Madam Mayor.
Good. I'll have my people liaise with your people about the arrangements.
Oh, right. Yes.
Hey!
Any love?
You'll never guess who I just bumped into.
Who?
The Mayoress. I found her walking aimlessly along the street, choking back the tears. I'm not sure it's appropriate for a public servant to let it all out like that. Fortunately, I was there to calm her down.
What's happened to her?
Have you not heard?
Heard what?
Her cat, Fluffy. He died.
Her cat? Oh, I see.
There's quite an outpouring of grief all over town.
From who?
A lot of people were very attached to Fluffy.
Don't be daft, it was just a cat.
Oh, you didn't see the queue for the Book of Condolence. Oh, you look pale, Keith. Are you right? Oh, who's that calling at tea time?
Oh, hello, Reverend.
Just a flying visit on my way to the town hall for the start of this evening's vigil.
Vigil?
For Fluffy. But before I head over, I just wanted to discuss the funeral with my organist.
The cat's getting a funeral.
Yes, and I can see from the look on your face that you share my reservations, Keith. But aside from the theological problems it throws up, it is in other ways also problematic.
In which ways, Reverend?
The Mayoress says she wants her people to liaise with my people about it.
Oh, so what's the problem?
I don't have any people.
Was that Mildred? Can't she step up?
She says she's not my people, she's my wife. That's why I'm here, Gracie. If my people are meeting the Mayoress's people, then I want my people to be able to match up favourably to the Mayoress's people in both intellect, integrity, and all-round gravitas.
I see. Who are the Mayoress's people?
One-eyed Willy and Hilda Alcock. I'm hoping that you and Sharon Parker might be willing to represent the church's interests.
I'm sure we would, Reverend.
Good. You'll be meeting with them this evening.
So soon?
Gracie, I'm going out.
Excuse me, Reverend.
Just popping across the road, love.
To the pub? But you'll have your tea ready soon.
I need a drink, Gracie. Calm my nerves.
Why?
Well, you know I always loved that cat.
Oh, you never mentioned it.
No, why? We were very close, me and Fluffy.
Won't be long.
Dan!
I'm serving someone else, Keith.
We need to talk.
That'll be £4.90, Willy. I tell you what, why don't we just round it up and call it a fiver?
Oh, very kind.
Right, what is it, Keith?
We've got a problem.
What problem?
What problem? Have you not heard? The whole town is in mourning.
Well, for what?
For the blinking cat we killed.
I told you, Keith. We have no way of knowing whether the cat ran into the road because we dropped that weather vane.
You'd run into the road if you saw a giant chicken falling from the sky right at you.
Even if it was our fault. It was just a scrawny cat.
Not any scrawny cat. The Mayoress's cat.
Oh.
No, indeed.
Well, don't worry. No one knows it was us.
And we need to keep it that way. I'm not facing the music for this. This is going to get big.
Big? Don't be daft.
You remember when Diana died and grief spread through the nation like a bushfire?
It's not going to be like that.
I'm telling you, Dan, we've killed the people's pussycat.
Oh, you're exaggerating, Keith.
Oh, really? Then why is the vicar at this very moment in my kitchen making plans for the cat's funeral?
I'll have a packet of dry roasted as well, says Dan.
Not now, Willy.
They don't have this attitude at the Dog and Duck, you know.
Oh, 150. So when is Fluffy's funeral, Keith?
Well, I don't actually know.
Tomorrow morning, right before the public inquiry.
The public what?
The public inquiry into his death.
An inquiry? He was a cat.
They got to have an inquiry. Official employee of the town hall was Fluffy.
An employee?
He was made ORC several years ago.
ORC?
Official rodent catcher.
Blinking heck. Next you'll be telling me he was on a salary.
Don't be ridiculous. But he was employee of the month once.
Yeah, for Pete's sake.
The Mayoress will get the funeral out of the way in the morning, and then the inquiry will review the CCTV footage.
What CCTV footage?
The security footage of Fluffy's car accident.
Excuse me a minute, Willy. Dan, a word.
Now, don't panic, Keith.
Don't panic. They've got security footage of us killing Fluffy.
Oh, so what do we do?
We've got to get hold of the town hall security tapes and wipe them clean before the inquiry starts tomorrow.
How?
There's a vigil for Fluffy at the town hall tonight. I say we go. Then we slip off to find the security office, break in, swipe the tapes,
And then go back to the vigil as though nothing ever happened.
Well, under the circumstances, it's not a bad idea.
Tea for the vigil, please, Margaret.
You don't need to buy tickets, Keith. Just go through.
What are you selling then?
Candles.
Candles?
Symbolic of Fluffy's spirit still shining in the world.
Yeah, we'll have 2 of those then.
I didn't think you two would be that interested in something like this.
You think we're all listening, Margaret?
Well,
As it happens, Margaret, we're very upset about Fluffy, aren't we, Dan?
We'd never have done anything to hurt him. Ever.
oh, I see.
I must say, Margaret, it's a nice frock you've got for the occasion.
Oh, thank you, Keith. But this isn't really the time or the place for making passes.
I wasn't making a pass, Margaret. I was just commenting that you look nice. It's a pretty outfit.
Stop it, Keith. Arthur's still warm in his grave.
Blinking heck, Margaret. Just give us the candles. Honestly, she gets Pass here every day.
Oh, she does. So where's the security office, Keith?
I don't know, do I? Let's just stay here a bit, look inside, and then slip away and search the building.
This must be the last corridor left to search.
It'll be here then, won't it?
There it is, at the end. It's locked.
Well, it is the security office, Dan. That does make sense.
So how do we get in?
Don't worry, I brought tools for just this eventuality.
Oh, good. And what do you bring?
A Phillips screwdriver.
Is that it?
I could hardly hide a whole toolbox in my pocket, could I?
Well, how's a Phillips screwdriver going to help in this situation?
We could use it to smash the glass.
Don't you think it might set off an alarm? And anyway, it's triple glazed and super strength.
Wait a minute. Look inside the office. Far left, near the ceiling. What do you see?
An air vent.
If we can get into the ventilation system from the room next door, we should be able to crawl through and into the security office that way.
What if the room next door is locked as well?
It shouldn't be.
Why not?
It's the ladies' toilet.
We can't go into the ladies, Keith.
There's no one here. Come on.
Look, the vent is just above that cubicle.
Stand on the toilet and hoist me up.
Can you get the cover off?
I can, Dan. And do you want to know how?
No, don't tell me. It's got Phillips screws.
It does indeed. Look at that. Right, push me up.
How am I going to get up?
Stand on the cistern. Then grab my ankles, and when I crawl along the tunnel, you'll get pulled up.
All right. I mean, there's not much space in this ventilation system.
Don't worry, I'm already at the end. I just need to get this cover off.
Use your Phillips screwdriver.
The screws are on the other side.
Oh, smash it then.
Right, hold my ankles and lower me down into the office. I'm in.
Right, Keith. Brace yourself and I'll jump on you.
Hang on, I won't be able to hold you.
Spread your legs to steady yourself.
All right, they're spread. Go.
Well done, Keith.
Right, see if you can see where the security tapes are kept.
It won't actually be tapes these days, Keith. It'll all be digital, won't it?
Well, why didn't you mention that before we broke in to steal the tapes?
Well, we just need to clear it off the computer.
How do we do that?
We open the file and we delete it.
Oh, right. Brilliant, Dan.
You see, I'm not just a pretty face.
Aye, I see that.
Right, what's the password?
How do I blinking know?
Well, we need the password, Keith, or we can't get in to delete anything.
Well, now what's we going to do?
We'll have to take the computer.
How are we going to walk out through the vigil with that thing?
We don't need the screen and the keyboard, Keith. We just have to take the PC tower, which is thankfully quite compact, and should be able to fit under a jacket.
All right. Unplug it then.
Now, help me get back in the vent.
All right, give me your foot. Wait a minute. How am I going to get in?
Well, I don't know. You're going to have to go in backwards.
Why?
So you can put the vent cover in position and cover our tracks.
I'll never do that.
OK, we'll go back to the ladies' room, turn you around, and then you can go back and attach the cover.
Good thinking. Nice one, Dan.
Just lift me up.
Leave your ankles handy and I'll grab them.
Right. Back at the bathroom. Lower me down. Right, Keith, out you come.
Are your legs spread?
Aye, I'm ready. Just jump.
Okay. Right. Hoist me back up and I'll go and attach that cover.
Why, you're sounding lovely, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Margaret. I do appreciate your support this evening.
Keith!
You were there for me when I lost my Arthur.
Keith! Hurry up! We might have company here.
I won't be long, Madam Mayor. I'm just going to spend a penny.
Keith!
What are you doing in here?
It's not what it seems, Margaret.
Police! Police!
Don't panic, Margaret. I just went to the wrong loo.
Ray!
No one's even touching you, Margaret. Just calm down.
Oh, well, I suppose that's true.
Right, back. Spread your legs and I'll jump on top of you.
Okay.
Ray!
Margaret, it's me. woman.
Security! Security!
Right, you two, get out and stay out.
Hey!
And don't think we won't be reporting this incident.
To who?
To the police, of course.
Yeah, that's a relief. I thought he meant the wives, didn't you?
Well, about to find out. Oh, this is a disaster.
Not a complete disaster.
How do you work that out?
Because, Dan, in the chaos, back in the ladies, I slipped the PC tower into Margaret's handbag. She's going to walk it right out of the building for us. We're in the clear.
Oh, brilliant, Chief. So instead of being revealed as cat killers, we'll just be known as perverts.
Well, I didn't say it's a perfect scenario.
How are we going to get us out of Margaret's handbag?
Hey up, here she comes. Quick, behind the phone box.
I don't want to be any trouble, Madam Mayor.
Oh, nonsense, Margaret. I insist you don't spend the night alone after that. You'll stay with us.
Are you sure?
Of course. My husband is arranging for the mayoral limousine to take us as we speak. Oh, here it is. Will you get?
The bag's gone to the Mayoress's house, Keith. That's the last place on earth we wanted to go.
We'll just have to get in there and get it, won't we?
The Mayoress lives in a manor house. They've got gates 8 feet high. We'll never break in there.
All right. We'll wait for her to leave the manor house in the morning and steal the handbag then.
Should we go straight to the funeral in the morning?
We'll have to nab it at the funeral then.
And then what do we do with it? We can't be seen at a funeral with a computer.
Well, there is one place we could put it where it would never be found.
Come on then, where?
The coffin.
Fluffy's coffin?
Aye, buried forever then.
Don't you think people will notice if the coffin is suddenly 3 times heavier, Keith?
Not if we're the only ones who touch it.
And how are we going to angle that?
Well, that's the flowers agreed upon, and we've agreed the location of the plot and the order of service. So, I think that's everything.
We haven't agreed on the hymns. The Mayoress's office is very determined about the music.
Yes, that's right. We feel the music must reflect Fluffy's own musical preferences.
Fluffy's musical preferences?
Fluffy was quite the music connoisseur. For a cat.
Well, what music did he like?
Well, admittedly, it was hard to tell.
I bet it was.
We just feel the music shouldn't be stuffy, old church music. Fluffy never went to church. It should reflect his life. And, as you know, he spent a lot of time at the town hall, curled up in the lift.
You want elevator music?
It was the soundtrack to his life.
Oh, hello everyone. How's the meeting going?
What are you doing here? Who's minding the pub?
Alice is looking after things. We just wanted to offer her help at the funeral.
What kind of help?
We were just thinking we could be the pallbearers.
Pallbearers?
Aye.
Fluffy was only 18 inches long, Keith.
We don't discriminate on size, don't me and Dan. We think he deserves a proper send-off, and that means pallbearers.
I like the idea, and I think the Mayoress will like it. She'll appreciate the added gravitas it lends the occasion.
Does the church agree, ladies?
I suppose so.
Well, if we're having elevator music, I don't see what difference it makes.
Splendid. We'll leave you to it then. Not bad, eh?
How are we going to get the computer out of Margaret's bag and into a coffin without anyone noticing?
Oh, well, that is a bit of a problem.
It's a massive problem. If we're seen opening the coffin, there'll be hell to pay.
We need a distraction, that's all.
It better be a blooming good one.
What if I told you that I can think of a distraction that would not only keep everyone occupied, but also put us back in the good books with the Mayoress?
Not even your scheming mind can come up with something that does that.
Oh, really?
I have to admit, Keith, he is a cute little kitten.
Aye, he is, isn't he? And hopefully cute enough to do the trick on both counts.
Well, we're about to find out about count what?
Yes? Good evening, Lord Palmer. My name's Keith Meadows, and this is my neighbour, Dan Parker.
Aren't you the two idiots who tried to attack my wife's friend this evening?
Well, yes and no.
Well, are you or aren't you?
We didn't attack anyone. We were just looking for this little chap. You see, we felt so bad about Fluffy that we thought we'd buy the town hall, and of course, your good lady wife, the Mayoress, a new cat.
You see, the trouble is that we lost him at the vigil and ended up chasing him into the ladies.
It was all just a terrible misunderstanding.
I see.
We weren't planning to present him to the Mayoress until after Fluffy's funeral. But as events took the course they did earlier, we thought the sooner we explain things, the better. Would you mind letting us in so we can see the Mayoress?
Well, I must say he is a cute little thing.
He likes to be stroked just under his chin, Lord Palmer.
Oh, yes, he does, doesn't he? You like it under your chin, don't you? Yes, you do. All right, come in. Wait in the drawing room and I'll tell Felicity you're here.
Don't you think it's a bit soon to be giving her a new cat?
Look at that face. No one could resist that.
Gentlemen,
Oh, Madam Mayor.
my husband tells me you have a perfectly reasonable explanation for why you were both loitering in the ladies' loo and that you have in fact been falsely accused.
That's right, yes.
Well, come on then, let's hear it.
Oh, who's this little fellow?
He likes it best under his chin, Madam Mayor.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yes, you do. You seem to have a very self-satisfied look on your face, Mr. Meadows.
I'm just pleased that you like him, Madam Mayor, that's all. Because Dan and I would like you to have him.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Too soon after.
Of course. Nothing could ever replace Fluffy. Dan and I loved Fluffy to bits. I lost count of the number of times we sat with him in the town hall lift, just going up and down. In fact, we have been asked by the funeral committee to be Fluffy's pallbearers.
A duty we will fulfil with honour.
But we would be very grateful to you if you could find it in your heart to give this little kitty the love you showed our beloved Fluffy. This little one does need a home.
Yes, you do, don't you? Yes, you do. Oh, yes. Yes.
It's quite a turnout.
I was just inside. It's practically a full house.
Is the music ready for the procession down the aisle, Sharon?
It is. Not sure I am.
I know what you mean.
Oh, here comes the hearse.
Take your hat off, Keith.
Pallbearers,
All right, that's us. Just the two of us.
lift it onto your shoulders. Yes, you might have to get a little closer to each other. Is the family ready to follow the coffin into the church?
We are.
Reverend, we'll follow you.
Stop clipping my ankles, Keith.
Walk in time with me then.
Can you see Margaret behind you?
She's right behind the Mayoress and Lord Palmer.
When's the distraction going to come?
Any minute now, I shouldn't wonder.
Isn't he lovely?
Now?
Now, I'll hold the coffin. You grab the computer. Have you got it?
Lift the coffee lid up then. It's in.
Well done, Dan.
Thank you all for coming to celebrate the life of Fluffy, a cat who has brought us together in a way that few humans ever could. I would now like to ask our Mayor, Felicity Palmer, to say a few words in memory of our dearest Fluffy.
The Lord taketh away, and the Lord giveth. As winter is followed by spring, Fluffy has been followed by this little chap. I have called him Scrumptious, or Scrumpy for short. And I would like to thank Keith Meadows and Dan Parker for their immensely thoughtful gesture of bringing Scrumpy into our lives.
Definitely the most successful idea you've ever had, Keith.
No doubt about it.
And please remember that Dan Parker has kindly made his pub, the Flat Cap and Ferret, available to us for the week after the service. As our tears of sadness give way to tears of thankfulness for Scrumpy, I invite us all to sing hymn 456.
Well, it's quite the wake, Dan. I've never seen your pub so packed.
I'm making a fortune. I'm telling you, Keith, you've outdone yourself. Margaret has forgiven us, the Mayoress loves us, the town loves us, even the wives love us.
I know, it's amazing. Gracie and I have just been invited by Lord Palmer to the Manor House for Sunday lunch.
Blimey, we're mixing with the top dogs now, eh?
We are.
You don't feel guilty that it's all built on a web of lies and deceit, though?
Oh, just enjoy it, Dan.
Oh, you're right. Do me a favour, will you? I've had such a rush, I need a new barrel of Barmy bitter on.
Oh, no problem. Heavy, aren't they?
Right, get careful there, Keith. It's on a slope here.
Hang on, I'll just change my grip. I said hang on.
I said be careful, Keith.
Ooh. Oh dear, that's a shame.
What's happened?
They've killed Scrumpy.
Murder! Murder! The Mayoress has fainted. Quick, get a doctor and a vet.
No need for the vet. It's too late for that.
Felicity? Felicity, wake up.
Well, that's ironic, Keith.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Well, so what's your plan now?
I don't have one, Dan. We just face the music. Barmy Dale starred Geoffrey Holland as Reverend Willkins, Linda Regan as the Mayoress, Juliet Howland as Gracie, Camilla Simson as Sharon, Brian Murphy as Lord Palmer, Nicholas Lumley as Willy, Sally Burnett as Margaret Ramsbottom, Jonas Cemm as Security Guard, Sally Swift as Hilda Alcock, Martin Skellern as Keith, Stuart Wheeldon as Dan, and the show was written by Martin Skellern for Barmy Productions!
And if you enjoy Barmydale, you can support the show at buymeacoffee.com/Barmydale.